Hello, everyone. How are we going? It is Friday evening, and that means it is sketch night. And that means a night for us to be our own little fun crafting community and just take a bit of time off. I actually, some of you, I know it's probably seems to some people like and I do say, to my husband and to anyone else who might normally contact me on a Friday night, and that just reminds me, I didn't put my phone in Do Not Disturb. My brother has a habit of ringing me on a Friday night when I'm live. So I'm hoping he doesn't, because I didn't just Do Not Disturb my phone. So I guess we'll find out. But anyway, I actually think of this, it is work, but it's not really work for me. This is my idea of fun. I actually come here and I enjoy crafting with you on a Friday night. And it's time for me to, to chill and just see what we can come up with, because I don't always have something planned out. I have got a couple of things I want to show you tonight, but we're going to be doing a sketch. And so the whole point of the sketch, and this is why I purposely don't do a lot of pre-planning before these videos. The whole purpose of a sketch is that we take a sketch and then we see where it takes us. Okay, and that is kind of where I do what I am doing on a Friday night. So there's not a lot of planning. Occasionally I have an idea of what I want to do, but there's not a lot of planning that comes into these. How is everyone? I see we've got a great crowd here tonight. Hello, hello. Hey Sheila, how are you? We've got Margaret here. Oh, we've got a couple of Margarets here. Hello, welcome. And from Illinois too. Hello. Monique, hi. How are you over there in Europe tonight? Well, this morning, isn't it? It's morning over there. Just trying to think what time it would be. It must be very early. Yes? Hey, Barbara, how are you? Sheila, I already said Sheila. You got two hellos, Sheila. Kerry is here. Hello, Kerry. Hello, hello. Leslie, hi. I know I'm missing names. Katrina's here. Hello, hello. What a great crowd. Lovely to see you all on a Friday night. And I hope that you're up for a little bit of fun and helping me to make decisions as we go along. How are you, Janine? How's Queensland? All right. I'm looking through. I hope I haven't missed any really important messages. If I have, please ask me again. I just haven't got time to scroll through all the comments. There's just too many. Most of them are hellos at this stage, but if anyone has said anything that you wanted me to pay attention to, please ask me again. I am sorry that I missed it. Hey, Maureen, how are you? You like the sketch night? It's a girls' night in. Exactly right. That's what we're doing. It's a girls' night in. Let's flip over to the camera on the desk and see what happens. All right, so our sketches have been coming out of page 24 in the annual catalogue. So if we turn to page 24, and if you have your catalogue, go ahead and turn yours to page 24, because then you'll have a better look at the sketches than what I can show you here in the camera. And I've just realised I need to turn my brighter light on the desk. All right, so last week we did this funny thing. Do you remember? And I don't know what to do with this, so I'm going to skip over that one tonight. I mean, we could do, I guess I could do something with that. Even though it's a tag, you could also use it as a card layout, even though they've done it as a tag. And then we've also got this one here, this larger one. If we run out of sketches, and I think we might run out of sketches before the new catalogue comes out. So everyone knows, I hope, that there is a brand new catalogue coming your way in early September. And that used to be called the Holiday Mini. These days we call it the September to December mini catalogue. And the reason we call it that is because it's not just holidays. There's all kinds of occasions that are covered by that catalogue. Yes, there usually is a lot of Christmas in there, but there's other things. There's New Year's, there's Halloween. Well, actually, I don't think there'll be much Halloween, because we've got quite a bit of Halloween stuff in our online store right now as part of this month's online exclusives, because a lot of people don't like Halloween. So rather than take up real estate in the catalogue, they've put them in the online store instead. So if you're into Halloween and it's something you celebrate or you would like to pay attention to, there's a couple of things that are out in the online store with Halloween themes. So, I'm not especially a Halloweeny person, but some people are. And this month we had two brand new kits. One of them is a Halloween kit, and it's got like treat bags. So you could, if you have children that come, or people, I should say, sometimes they seem to be teenagers more than children, don't they? But if you have anyone knocking on your door and asking for lollies on Halloween, then these are like little treat bags for you to put those in, or you could use them for a party or whatever you like. You're not crafting along. That's okay, Margaret. And I love a good card sketch too. That's exactly right. So I'm actually leaning towards doing this one tonight. Or maybe I'll come back to this one. And then we've got two more over here that who knows what we're going to do. There's some funny sketches in this group. I've got to say, I haven't loved all of them. And yet, like this one that I thought was really, really weird, I loved the card that we made with this one. So we used because this funny shape here looks a bit like a pear, and we used the new perfectly, what's it called? Perfectly Pears? Is that right? What's it called? I don't know. I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway, it's something like that. I think it's Perfectly Pears. And that we did that not last Friday, the Friday before. Last Friday we did this little guy. Actually, it might have been a couple of weeks ago now. But this one we did with a Christmas theme. So we did a circle with some little flowers around from the Jolly Holly set, and then we had a nice greeting in the middle. So that worked out really well. Oh, see you on the replay, Monique. Nice that you could drop in. Yep. Hope that everything's... Yeah, it is Perfectly Pears. Thanks, Lorraine. I just wasn't 100% sure. I could look it up. And that probably is what I should do rather than giving you incomplete information. But oh, well. All right. So I'm thinking about this one tonight. And this shape here. So quite often when you look at a sketch, you have no idea what you're going to do. But you look at it and you think, okay, this shape puts me in mind of something. Okay. Now, we have on these pages here some mix and match ephemera packs. A lot of people have trouble with the word ephemera. I have to say, when I first saw the word, I wasn't sure how it should be pronounced, but it's ephemera, and basically means bits of this and that, okay? Yeah, you could repeat some of the sketches and come up with completely different things, because every time you use a sketch, you're going to do something different. The other thing you can do is go through the catalogue and pick a card. You think, oh, I like this card, and then copy that layout, okay? Very, very easy to do. So that's another option for you in the event that we run out of sketches. I'm wondering if I haven't seen the new catalogue yet, but us demonstrators will get to see it at the end of this month. So we get to see the digital version. I think it's the last day of July from memory. I hope that's right. Hello, Narelle. Nice to see you here. So I believe it's the last day of July that we get to see the new catalogue in digital form, and then it will actually be arriving next month with our first orders, our first pre-orders. We'll be getting our new catalogue. So another reason to be a demonstrator, if you've ever thought about that, because there's lots of perks, and one of them is getting stuff before everybody else. We love that one. Love that perk. It's one of my favorites. All right, because I can't wait for everything. So what I was going to say about the ephemera packs is you can actually use, like I actually don't have these two. I do have this one with all the great greetings on it. This one's fantastic. I've used it a lot. But these two, I don't have. These Touch of Gold tags are fantastic, and they actually go with one of our bundles. Actually, no, those ones are different. There's actually one that goes with one of our bundles. And see, there's the ephemera packs are shown here too. These ones have been around for a while. So you can just grab elements from these and throw them together, and you've got a card. Okay, that's how simple it can be. And you can use a sketch to do it. All right, super, super. You forget to use it, do you, Lorraine? Sometimes we do. We have so much stuff. Hello, Sol Vega. Nice to see you. Sometimes we have so much stuff that we forget what we have, right? Really easy to do. Well, I hope that sometimes maybe I can remind you a little bit. So like I just did with Lorraine, say, well, you know, I've got this or that. And you go, oh, yeah, I've got that too. Sheila said the same thing. All right, so I'll try and remind you when I can, okay? All right, so I'm looking at this one here. I prefer a simpler sketch. I'm more of a clean and simple crafter. I don't like, I know some people like lots of, you know, bits and pieces all over the place, lots of frou-frou here and there, and that works for them. And I think that's a wonderful style. It's just not my style. My style is more clean and simple. So I prefer this one. I would choose over this one just because this is a bit more of a clean, simple style. So I'm actually thinking about grabbing out, looking at that one. I'm going to start with the Impressions A Bloom dies. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Because that shape, that ovally kind of shape, reminds me of the shape in this die set. It's like a large oval, kind of. And I think maybe we might emboss the background, but I haven't decided about that. Let's look at our oval shape first. And there's some nice, the Impressions of Bloom set has some nice Oh, and you can decide whether you want a stitched. This one does like a circle, sorry, an oval, and then it has a stitched edge, dotted edge on the outside, on the negative image, and this one just cuts the oval. Either way, you can go either way. They both look really good. I'm just going to cut the oval for this time, and I'm going to do it. Which way will I go with this? This is going to be white, so I'm going to start with a white piece of paper, and I've got exactly the right size here for it, and I'm going to run it through my cut and emboss machine. So today I had a really busy day. I was busy with it. I had a friend drop over and she helped me. We put together a bunch of Happy Mail packs. Has everyone seen that I've got a special at the moment? If you may have seen it if you've been on my blog, or if you received one of my newsletters, or if you've been on our private Facebook page, you would have seen that I have a Happy Mail special. So this is anybody who orders with me, which unfortunately means you do have to be in Australia for this. But actually, let me show them to you. I've got some already made up, and this is what they look like. So they are a pack. 24 sheets of DSP from both new and retired. And, well, not just DSP, there's also specialty papers in here as well. So there's, plain papers. There's some current ones. There's also, you can see there's some lovely, gorgeous. These are some of my favorite papers from years gone by, and also some current papers as well. So they're all a little bit different, so they're not all the same. You'll notice this one's got a pack of embellishments, and so is this one. And then these are just random ones. And I have, if I run out, I'll be making up more. So the whole point of these is that you get one. If you spend $100 with me at the moment until Monday, if you spend $100 with me either by contacting me directly or in the online store, as long as you spend $100, you'll get one of these packs sent out to you. Okay. If you spend $150, then you get the embellishment pack as well. So you get the ones without the embellishments if you're spending 100, and you get 100 if you spend 150, you get the pack of embellishments as well. Okay, so that's what these are all about, and they'll be going out next week. Okay, so that's what's happening, and it's a little special that I'm doing at the moment. It's just for 1 week. I started it last week, and I'm going through until Monday. Yeah, thank you. Stylish shapes. I've got to remember to use those, haven't you? All right, so I've got my shape cut out here. All right, and then I'm going to grab the matching stamp set. I'm going to keep that open. I'm going to keep my trimmer close because I will need to cut some more paper. I'm going to keep this open just to the right here so that I can keep an eye on the sketch and make sure I'm staying kind of on target. And the Impressions of Bloom stamp set is this one. It's really pretty, okay? Really, really nice set. And I could use like these bits around here. They could be some of these flowers, which would look really nice, either stamped or using the dies, okay? And then we've also got like a little something there. It could be another element. It could be a greeting on there. We could do all kinds of things with that. So I haven't decided yet what I want to do. Let's see. And I want to see what colors too. Now, the Impressions of Bloom has a beautiful, I think it's Floral Impressions is the name of the paper. All right, let me quickly, yes, Floral Impressions. It's 12 by 12 paper, and it's absolutely beautiful, and you can really play around with it. So let's grab it out, and then we can choose which color we want to go with. Okay, so this is it. This is the Floral Impressions paper. Oh, this is a brand new pack. I probably should have pulled out a pack that's already open, not a brand new one. Let's see if I have one handy. If I don't, we'll just open that one. Oh, I do. I do have one that's open. I would rather use an open one. It's such pretty paper, isn't it beautiful? I love this paper. Okay, so people are already giving me their suggestions. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Yeah, it's just a little special for me, just for a week. Okay. And it was really lucky for me because at the same time as I was having my special, which I had already, I announced that on Monday. I think it was Sunday or Monday last week. And then this week, Stampin' Up! Had the sale on two-tone paper. Now, that sale, for anyone who's interested, ends tonight. Okay, so if you want to pick up some great two-tone paper that's available, it's available all the time, but you can get it tonight 20% off until midnight. Okay, so if you love that, go to the online store. I'm going to put my blog address up on the screen. Here it is. Lookwhatimade.com.au. If you go there and hit the shop now button, you'll be able to shop with me as your demonstrator, and you'll qualify for the sale if you're spending $100. Sorry, you'll qualify for the packs if you're spending $100 or more, but you can, the two-tone paper is available, and you only have to spend $35 worth ever on an order in order to get rewards on your order. So as long as you're shopping in the online store, you'll get rewards on every order over $35. So Stampin' Up! Is really looking after us in that regard. If you go to that web address there, that's where you'll find my online store by hitting the shop now button. All right, let me get rid of that. All right. Oh, hello, Cherie. How are you? That's okay. You don't ever have to worry about, oh, you've got your daughter and granddaughter there. So cool. That's really great. I'm so happy. Hello, Joy. Nice to see you. All right. Well, I do love the stamps. The stamps are beautiful, and you can cut this, like you can stamp and then cut out this, like cut out the stamp with the matching die. Or if you don't want to use the stamps, you can cut out the die and then actually do this like embossed image on the inside of the stamp. So those actually, they actually work together, those. So you can either do these, and when I do that, I tend to, you may have seen it in a short that I did on YouTube recently, that you know, I actually used my sponge daubers to add color to these. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways. It's almost too many different ways, isn't it? All right, let's look at the sketch again and let's see which way do I want to go. Oh, I don't know. It's too many choices. Too many choices. Oh, you know what? Tonight I think I'll stamp. So I haven't done as much. Sometimes I don't seem to be doing some days as much stamping because I'm using my dies all the time and my blending brushes and all the papers and everything else. But sometimes I just want to stamp. All right, so let's grab some white paper. You can see I've got some here that I've been busy die cutting. And I'm going to come back to that beautiful paper. Actually, let's choose one. Let's choose the paper we want to use. This one's the only one I'm not keen on in this pack. I don't love that, but I love the Pool Party dots on the other side. So I like what's on the back. So sometimes if you don't love a paper, it's great that there's another side. Yes, you too. I've seen that you guys often buy the same stuff. This is really nice. And it's got Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Fresh Freesia, and Blackberry Bliss. And the green is Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. Isn't that nice? So that's a maybe. We could do that one. I like that. And I love this one too. This has got the Strawberry Slush and the Blackberry Bliss. And that's really pretty. Ooh, that's tempting. I don't know. That's very tempting, that one. And then we've got, this one is part of the one with the like the rainbow of colors. That's really pretty. This one I like. It's got just garden green, like a geometric design on the back, but I like all the, they're a little bit like daisies. They're not sunflowers, but they've got the same colors as the sunflowers, hasn't it? You like the Strawberry Slush, Leslie? Yeah, I could certainly do that. See, there's the rainbow one again. Isn't that beautiful? Love, love, love. And then I've got this one again, which has got that on the back. So I was leaning either this one or this one, but Leslie said Strawberry Slush, so I think Leslie will go with that. Okay, so thank you for jumping in and helping me choose. All right, so this one's really pretty. The only thing is, I'm just looking at this now, and if I stamp these and then put them around, we may lose them a little bit because of the busy background. But this background, we wouldn't lose them so much, so that would be better. Or instead of stamping them, if I'm going to use this side, then I could die cut them and they'll stand out more against this. So that's something else to think about. When you're crafting, think about your background and what you're going to use. And if you have a very busy background, then you want to keep your other elements simple. Okay, so this is really pretty. So because of the strawberry slush that's in this, I'm going to pull out some strawberry slush cardstock. So get that out. I just went and bought some a new pack of strawberry slush because I was running low. So I might have to open a whole new pack. Isn't that a pretty pink? It's really, really pretty. It's not as hot pink as Melon Mambo, but it's quite a strong pink. I would call it a strong pink. Now, if anyone would like to see the color difference, I have shown this once before, but I will show it again. Next to Melon Mambo and Flirty Flamingo. Flirty Flamingo is like a corally kind of a pink. And I would say Melon Mambo is a hot pink. Okay, so this is Melon Mambo and this is Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so Flirty Flamingo is like quite corally. This got a little bit of coral to it, but not as much as this. And then this is well and truly hot pink. Okay, so Melon Mambo is quite different. So Strawberry Slush is kind of, it's a strong pink, but it's not. I'm going to pull that out. And I'm throwing stuff all over the floor. I'll clean it up later. That's what happens, right? Right, so I'm going to create a card front. So that's going to be 14.3 centimeters. This is A4 card front size by 10. And that's going to go on the front of my card. So for the US ladies, that would be 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, that's your front piece. You just received more cloud cover and see. I know, aren't they lovely? I just bought cloud cover cardstock in the two-tone. I think it would be a fantastic two-tone base, and I love. I've got a card I really want to show you guys that I played with the two-tone paper this week, but I can't show it to you because it's for an upcoming tutorial bundle that hasn't been released yet. I can show you real fast if you don't tell anybody, okay? Shh, because I'm not supposed to show it. There you go. And it's basic beige. See, and I sanded it back because it's two-tone cardstock, okay? Two-tone cardstock is fabulous. Now that's basic beige, cloud cover, and secret sea. That's what those ones. I think it looks fantastic. All right, so if I'm going to put this side on, this is quite busy, so I think I want to keep my flowers solid. So let's go the next size down. So this is going to fit inside. It's going to be 9 1/2. And you know, now that I've done this, I think I may change my mind, which means I'll probably waste that little bit of paper. So that could go on here. Go this way. That could go on there, and then this could go on here. Okay, and it does look quite pretty. It's quite nice. But because of the, remember I'm worried about the flowers appearing against the busy background, we could cut this down a little bit. And this is a good way when you're trying to make your paper go a bit further. I'm making it 13 centimeters by 7.6, which is 3 inches. Okay, and then we're going to cut, if you're doing inches, 1 inch apart, or if you're doing centimeters, it's going to be 2.5 centimeters. All right, so now I've got 3 strips, and I'm going to put these, they're 13 centimeters long, so they're less long than before. I'm going to put these across here. Now, I know this is deviating a little bit from the sketch, but the sketch didn't say I couldn't play around with the background, right? It never said that. And doesn't matter even if it did, because we don't have to pay attention to that, right? We just, a sketch is a starting point, guys. It's not meant to be a rule that you have to follow. It's just there for inspiration. And if you are feeling a little bit low on inspiration, it's a really great starting point. And let me tell you, everybody, every single person sometimes feels like they're lacking motivation. It happens to me too. It's happened to everyone. So don't ever feel bad that you feel, you know, people will say, oh, you know, I don't have any mojo, I can't do anything. You know what? Doesn't matter. Start small. Do something that makes you happy. It's all about finding the joy in your crafting. It's not about feeling like you have to do things. I had someone say to me once, you know, doesn't being a demonstrator mean that, you know, you're going to run out of ideas and, you know, you won't love crafting anymore? Well, not with that attitude. I find it is, you have tons of motivation and no time. That's the other opposite problem, right? But no, I don't have any problems with staying motivated. And I love card making and scrapbooking as much as I ever did. I love both. I think it's a fantastic creative pastime. Oh, I was reading a really good, I should find it for you again and put it on my VIP page. There is a fantastic article that I read this week all about, and we know this already, about creativity being super good for our brains, right? And they were talking about if you're going to have a hobby in later life, let's call it that, okay, if you're going to have a hobby, then the best kind of hobby to have, science says, is a creative hobby. And I'm like, yes, we know this. You know, you're preaching to the choir, all right? We know. Of course we know. All right, so I feel like because we've got the strawberry slush panels and the, you know, this is in panels, it's not as busy as it was, if that makes sense. Oh, fantastic, Julianne. That's really, really great. Hello, Donna. How are you? All right, so this, I'm leaning towards this, and because I haven't decided, shall we stamp? Well, let's try both and see what looks best. Okay, so if I wanted to do, I would probably, because of the colors in this paper, we've got Pretty in Pink, we've got Strawberry Slush, we've got Blackberry Bliss. So I'm thinking maybe some Pretty in Pink, because that's going to stand out well against this slightly darker background. So let's do a Pretty in Pink. Oh, pick that up off the floor before I run my chair over it. I have this problem where I sometimes leave the paper on the floor and then I run my wheels of my chair on it, and that's not good. It's a quick way to waste a ton of paper. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut, and it's actually really easy to put these because, see, that one there is sticking out more than all the others, so therefore that one's going to go inside. All right, so if I put that through my cut and emboss machine, it is going to cut and emboss this little flower. So here's an interesting thing I haven't told you yet. Tomorrow I'm driving, well, actually I don't know if I'm driving or my husband's driving. We're driving up to Tamworth. I'm not really looking forward to it, but it's important. Tomorrow would have been my dad's birthday. He would have been 92 tomorrow, and we're going up to Tamworth to help go through, and my brother's going as well, to help go through some of my dad's things. And I know that's not a fun thing, but it's got to be done, right? So I'm going to, so I'll show you what I do with this, and then we'll do a stamped version, and you can tell me which one you like the best. Okay, so if I was to do, so the way these work, you've got solid ones and then you've got detailed ones. So I usually do the solid ones in a lighter color and the detail in a darker color over the top. So let me show you what I mean. This is a really nice two-step stamp set. So one of the things I need to do while I'm up there this weekend is go and see the grave, because the tombstone's been finished since we were up there for the funeral. So it's been a hard year, I have to say. This has not been a super fun year for me, but I you know, I know these things are part of life, but it doesn't make it. Well, I read something really good. Just because you carry a burden well doesn't mean it's not heavy. I thought that was really good. Do you like that? Just because you carry a burden well doesn't mean it's not heavy. All right, so I did Pretty in Pink there. Yeah, it will be a hard weekend. I've been quite glad lately not to be well, I probably should have done the other one. You know, just thinking now that I've done this, I should have done the darker color first. It would have been easier to see where I was going, but that's okay. Oh, didn't do a bad job anyway. So can you see we've got the lighter color as the solid and then the darker color as the shape. Okay, so, and then that same die that we used to cut out this is the same die that cuts out this flower. So I'm going to cut both, and then I'm going to treat this. We're going to give this one the treatment, and then you guys can tell me which way you like it better, whether you like it stamped. Once we put it on, you won't be able to tell until I put it on which one looks better. Alright, so now I've got this. See, quite different, aren't they? Even though it's the same die has cut both of these, and look how different they are. So that's one of the things I like about this set, the fact that you can get so many different effects from it. I think that makes it really, really quite special. And then what I do with this is I would get a sponge dauber. Here we go. We even got the right color handy. And I would use my Pretty in Pink. I might go in with the darker color, but I'm going to start with the lighter color. And I'm going to, yeah, I will need to go up to the dark color, I think. And I sort of just make it come out. Then we're going to, on both of these, they need to have the center piece. Oh, thank you very much, guys. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's, I'm not trying to be, I'm not doing it for sympathy. I just want to just share with you that what's happening. And you know, it's been a hard year for lots of reasons, not just this. This is also something that this has happened, but it's just one of many things that's been a bit tricky. All right, so now I'm thinking I might try going up to the darker color. Now on both of these, in these ones, so these have got a yellow center. I don't know if I want to do a yellow center on these. These ones, the purpley ones, those have got a Blackberry Bliss center, and I'm thinking maybe the Blackberry Bliss center might be nice with these, or we could do gold. Anyway, I'm using a bit of a darker color now, going up to Strawberry Slush, and then I'm going to put a center on it, and you'll see how this looks. I did do a short a few weeks ago where I did something similar with sponge daubers and showed how to do these. Yeah, I think so. And I mean, we all go through hard stuff, right? All of us do. I'm not special. We all go through hard things, and I think, you know, life is just. Oh no, I'm missing. Oh no, I'm missing a die out of here. I'm missing a stamp. Look at that. Okay, so that one there, there's a stamp missing. That one, that center is out, is gone. I hope I find it. Sometimes I find things way after, but anyway, I hope I do. All right, so I'm going to try Blackberry Bliss because that's the other color that's in here. And let's try, and we're going to end up with two completely different flowers because of what we're doing. Right, and I'm going to stamp that. I need to get over it, need to stand over it to get it right there in the middle. Right, so that's this. And then this one, I'm going to do it with the die. Well, that's annoying, losing. I did find... That's the problem with little tiny stamps, don't you find? I've got one that will suffice, but it's not actually the right one. I hope it shows up. Sometimes I have stamps suddenly reappear after being missing for ages. I hope that happens. All right, so this one I'm going to get a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And I'm going to cut it with the die. Now this one cuts the circle, and then you've got, and there's a small one and a large one. I'm doing the large one. Red is your favorite color, Leslie. I do know this. I'm looking at all the comments. I've run into a couple of Red Hat people, the Red Hat Society ladies, and one time on a train, I was on a train and they were wearing lots and lots of purple beads. And my daughter Emma, I had her on the train with me, and I think she was about 3. I think because I didn't have Ben with me, and Ben, yeah, so she would have been about 3, and she was admiring the ladies' beads and their hats because, you know, to a 3-year-old, they were just fabulous. And the lady gave her some of her purple beads, which I thought was very kind. Okay. So this is what this looks like. I'm going to hold it up. Hopefully you can see it. If it's not too blurry. Come on. Can you see it? Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. It's adjusted. See that there? And it's got all the little divots in it. And then when I use these, I like to put them on with dimensionals because it makes them look nice. So let's put that behind there. Take the back off and pop it in the middle. And so now we have this cute little flower, and we have this little totally different stamped flower. Similar colours, same colours, strawberry slush, pretty and pink, and yeah, same colours but totally different. Thank you for, it's a little bit of it's almost like a history lesson, Cherie. All right, so what do you think? Which flower, if I'm going to do, should I have one flower? Which looks better? Do the dyed flowers look better or the stamped flowers? What do you think? My understanding is they exist totally just to have fun. That's what, I mean, obviously to be a social thing as well, but the whole point is to have fun, right? Stamp, says Margaret. Both Margarets think the stamped one. Moira says stamp, stamp, stamp. Okay, stamped it is. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to grab my white cardstock again, whatever I've done with that. Where did I put it? Oh, my goodness. Who knows where that got to? I'll just have to find another piece of white. I've got plenty where that came from. Let's grab another piece. All right, I'll keep this to use on something later. And then I'm going to do a smaller flower. So we've got, this is the one I've just done, this one here with because the 2 circles on the sketch are, one's larger, one's smaller. And I think I might go quite a bit smaller, I think. Huh, that's really interesting. I think I've been mucking around with this stamp set and I have not put all my stamps away because there's not just that one missing, there's more missing. And I think I must have put them somewhere for there to be that many missing out of a set. Oh well. It's okay, I'll find them later. I'll do this one and that one and this one. And I'm going to do the same colors, I think. We'll do pink again. Oh, but I'm going to do the darker one this time first, remember? Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, girls. And don't forget to subscribe either. If you haven't subscribed, you need to do that. Right. And then this one. All right, so you can see that like these ones are further apart. So that looks like these ones over here. So, yep, that's correct. So that lines up pretty well. Much easier if you do the darker ones first. And then I'm thinking maybe I will do what I said before and I'm still not 100% sure. So I like this one. And then this one. And because I haven't got the stamps for the small one, maybe I should cut that one as a, maybe that one should be a die. There we go. Lines up perfect. Look at that. So that's the die for the other one. Maybe I will. This one's going to get cut. They're pretty, aren't they? Aren't they nice? And then I want a little flower center because this is a much smaller flower. So let's do that one. And I'll do that in Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so now we have 2 flowers. And then I'm going to cut another little flower with the die. I'm not going to stamp it because that's the one that's missing out of the set. I can't believe they're missing out of the set. But because there's several missing, it does make me think that I've put them somewhere because there's no way I would have just misplaced a whole bunch of stamps out of the set. Hey, Tanya, nice to see you. Yeah, it's a nice set, isn't it? I agree. So now let's put them where it says the sketch seems to indicate. So there's one there, one there. I'm actually going to put them a little closer together than what the sketch says. I just feel that that's a little bit more pleasing to the eye. And the other one, all right, so I'm going to put this one. Here's the one. So I'm going to do this one like the other type of flower only because of the missing stamps. And then tomorrow, well, not tomorrow because I'll be away, but when I'm available again to do it, I'm going to turn the craft room upside down and find it. Now, something that's not on the sketch is I could add some leaves if I wanted to. I don't have to, okay? So I could add some leaves. That's a possibility. I'm going to use my strawberry slush again. I'm going to add a bit of colour to my it doesn't matter if it's a bit blobby in the middle because we're going to put a flower center there. So there we go. Oh, I'm crooked. Sorry. I hate being crooked. All right, and then a little Blackberry Bliss, one of these. Cut that. So the next question is, should I add some leaves or just not worry about them? We could add some very easily. And because this is a smaller one, instead of using a dimensional, I would use a mini dimensional behind that. Because the big ones are too big. But the mini is exactly the right size. Look at that. All right, take your pick tool to get the back off. Sometimes that's just easier. Right. Oh, that didn't stay on. Well, that's silly. All right. So, all right, like this. All right. So then that means that I've been left some room here for a greeting. Let's have a look and see what greetings are in this set. There is a couple of very nice ones. There's an I appreciate you. I don't feel that's the thanks for being there. Thanks for being there is nice. Or just thanks. You don't have to have the for being there if you don't want to. What do you think? Should we have thanks for being there or just thanks? And I usually, for a sentiment, go with a darker colour, so probably we'll go with the Blackberry Bliss. But I've also got the green and the leaves, so I could also use that. What do we think? Ah, you guys talking about the snips. The snips are gone, guys. I am so sorry to tell you that. We found out on, was it Tuesday morning? I think it was Tuesday morning. And so in the US, they told the leader group about the snips going into the manufacturer no longer making them. So Stampin' Up! Didn't manufacture the snips. They were a third-party manufacturer. They are no longer making them. So they're busy looking for another supplier. One of the advantages, again, of being a demonstrator, and there are lots, but one of them is the fact that you find out about these things first. Okay, so I put in my Facebook group for my team members, I put up an announcement as soon as I heard the news and told them to hop to it and grab them. And in the US, they were gone 3 minutes after the announcement. That's how fast it was over there. For us, it took half the day. So, yeah. Tuesday. I thought it was Tuesday. Yep, that's when we first heard. All right, so I'm going to put this one. Actually, I hope that's the right spot. No, it isn't. I need to move it slightly. Looking at the sketch, it's ever so slightly higher. And then this one right about here. And so I'll put a dimensional or two behind, just one, I think, behind that one. Now, one of the advantages, if you decide you're going to add leaves, by only having one dimensional behind, you have plenty of room to throw your leaves in underneath. If you have like dimensionals all around the outside, then you've got nowhere to throw the leaves in after. So that's just a little tip about adding things like this. By having them right in the middle, you give yourself some room to add other elements if you want to. Right, so I'm going to go like that. I probably shouldn't have put that on until I stamped it, but hey, that's me doing the... I could have done a little sponging around the edge of the oblong shape, and that might have looked quite good, actually, Elizabeth. But now I've glued it down, so silly me. Oh, well, I'm going in with my Blackberry Bliss. I'm putting this on the grid paper straight. It helps me keep my stamping straight. So that's the thanks. And do we want the 4 being there? You were too slow, Barbara. Yeah, I know. Ah, I know. Well, like I said, it was gone 3 minutes in the US. It took longer here, but, you know, we were always a little slow to the party comparatively. So the question is, do I want to throw in leaves? So we just leave the thanks. We don't want the for being here. I'm thinking, I don't feel like that's quite finished. I think it probably needs some leaves. What do you guys think? Just thanks. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to just use thanks. I have got some stamped leaves, but I'm actually thinking I'm just going to do some solid leaves. And we have some here. So we have a variety of leaves. Look at them all in here. There's also a stem with leaves on it. You could chop the leaves off if you wanted to, and that would cut several at once, wouldn't it? That would be another way to go. In fact, that's probably a really good idea. Rather than well, there's also these ones that have separate. You can have the leaf, the veins on the leaf, or you can not. You can leave that off. I'm going to try this and just see how well that gives me extra leaves. I might not want that many, but let's try. If I can get it off. It's obviously never been, this one's never been used before, so they're always really hard to get off for the first time. All right, I'm going to pull those off. And do I want, this is garden green, so I'm going to go garden green. So let me grab my garden green scraps. And I'm going to use, I've got 3 dyes here. So if you're looking for this set, you will find it in the online store. Okay, it's a great set. It's called Impressions of Bloom. The paper is beautiful. It has lovely, the whole suite is lovely actually. Not just the paper and not just the stamps and dies, it's just beautiful. And it goes with lots of things. Alright, let's bring these over. Put that back in here where it was. And these. Oh, that one decided to take, oh, there it is. Got the leaf, got these. I'm going to perform surgery on these and you'll see what I'm trying to do. All right, got my paper snips. Sorry for those of you who didn't get them. You know what, I thought I ordered 2 more pairs on Tuesday morning and I didn't. I'd only ordered, when the order came, I'd only ordered 1. Well, that was silly. I'm like, oh well, 1 is better than none. And I had, once upon a time, I had 6 pairs of paper snips, and over the years, using them in classes and things like that, I'm down to 3. So that's why I wanted to buy another pair, or another 2 pairs, but I only got 1. Never mind. Never mind. So I'm cutting these up so I can have them coming out, and it doesn't even matter that, like, they've got stems, and that's not completely, I could cut that properly, but no one, if I put it, you know, if I put it down here, no one is going to see all of that. You know what I mean? So this is where you bring your glue dots in. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's no good, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry. It's no life on the land is tough. It really is. I can think of some when we lived on the land. I'm thinking of some very hard things that we had to deal with. Right, so I'm going to throw in, we'll see how many of these I need. I've got, I've already lost one, but oh well. That's okay. Good thing I've got extras. And that one there. So I'm going to have this one going up. That one actually is a bit long, but oh well, doesn't matter. And let's have this one coming out. Here. And then that one. So I'm just going to basically put them in until I'm happy with how it's looking. And I feel like I've got another one here, so maybe I'll have another one. There we go. That's quite pretty. What do we think? Do we like that? Now, something of course I would highly recommend is some Winker Stella in the center of our flowers because, you know, Winker Stella, everyone. And we also have, you know, those gorgeous strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. Those would be very nice on here. Very, very pretty. Let me see. Have I got some of those handy? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Oh, I've also got the pretty in pink shimmer gems. You know, these guys, because those would look very pretty. See how nice those are? I'm just looking for the strawberry stuff. And there's also, no, copper's not right. I like copper, but I don't think it's right on this card. Oh, we could also do brushed brass butterflies. Those. And in the purple gems, there are blackberry bliss. Oh, those are nice. Look at them. This color, not the purple ones, but the blackberry ones. Those would go really nicely. But I'm still looking for my pretty in pink and strawberry slush gold foil gems, which are absolutely beautiful. They don't seem to be jumping out at me at the moment, so I guess I'm not using those ones. So let's pick from one of these. Do you like the blackberry, Barbara? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Jody for a little bit. Don't know where she might be, but yeah, bling is very necessary. I think the blackberry bliss is the winner for me tonight. So I'm going to use a darker one here, and I'm going to have that right about there, and then we'll have two little guys up near the top, and then the whole thing can go on either pretty in pink card or basic white. Either way. There we go. That's really nice. So the question is, do I want pretty in pink or do I want basic white? Either is good, I think. See, this is the pretty in pink. That's quite nice, isn't it? Do we think that or do we think white? Well, you know what? When we grew up, we had goats, and my brother was allergic to cow's milk, and so my dad's the kind of person that, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound kind of person, and he, you know, you don't just go buy goat's milk, you buy a goat. And so we had, you know, numerous goats over the period of, you know, his childhood, many years, and the pink, yeah. Oh, Shirley, you thought the white. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going with the pink. Sorry. It is pretty. Now, I just need to remind everyone while I think about it, I've got a Zoom class coming up at the end of this month. 30th, I think it's, yeah, 30th of this month. It's a Wednesday. And I would love anyone that has the Jolly Holly set to join us. If you have that set, if you buy the set from me, you get it for free. But if you already have it, or if you have a different demonstrator, you can still come along and be part of our Zoom for $15. And it's, so we'll make 3 cards that I've designed. And when you pay for your class, or when you buy your set, your bundle, I then send you out a Zoom supply list, so you've got all the pieces ready and you can have everything set up by the time we go live. If you're in my team, you also get it for free. So I've got a post in our Facebook group about that for anyone who's in my team. Oh, very good, Lorraine. So you've got the Jolly Holly set. Yay! It's a cool set. It's really nice. It does great backgrounds. Ah. Marilyn, you've been keeping an eye on Jody, have you? That's nice. All right, so this one is done. I think I like the Winker Stella in the middle of the flowers. You can see it sparkling away there. It looks good, doesn't it? Oh, hello, Siobhan. How are you? Thank you for your little post, the AI post that your 9-year-old nephew put together. I thought that was super cute. All right, so we've got this card done, ready to go. And I'm now going to show you something different very quickly because we're a little bit behind time tonight because I've been yabbering on too much probably. So I just thought I would show you something else that came out this month that's not a Halloween kit. Instead, it's another kit, and some of you may have seen it or you may not have. It's called Birthday Fancy, and I haven't even opened my kit yet. All I did was take the plastic off, but let's have a look. We have a Lost Lagoon ink pad. We have a stamp set with some nice greetings on it. So, happiest birthday, sending you happy birthday wishes, time to celebrate, greatest birthday wishes. There's a whole bunch of nice, oh, let's eat cake. I think that's appropriate. Can I tell you a little secret? I don't mind cake, but I don't love it. I know some people love cake. Cake, people go, oh, you got to have cake. I am not a big cake fan. I can take it or leave it. There are some I like better than others, but I can say no to cake. I'd rather have more savory things. I'm more of a savory girl. I know. The kits with the greetings in them, they're cool, aren't they? Oh, thanks, Joe. I'm glad you like the card. I'll pull it out again later. I just got to remember I put it over there. Actually, I'll put it up here in front of me so that I don't forget where it is later, because you know I will. All right, so it shows you here. These actually, it makes, I believe, 12 cards. Let me double check that. Better have a look before I start telling you stuff and make sure I've got all my information right. So this Birthday Fancy set is super cute. Oh, hello, Jody. You're watching on TV. Oh, no. What's going on with your teeth? Oh, no. Oh, that's a bit sad. Sorry about that. I've lost a couple too. It's no good at all. It's yucky. All right, so here's our different language sets. What's in here? Okay, it contains the supplies for 12 cards and 12 envelopes. And envelopes are super cute. Did you see the envelopes? Look at the envelopes. They've got like gold foil dots. Aren't they cute? So there's 12 of those. Super, super nice. Oh, look at the pack of dimensionals. That's a giant piece of dimensionals. This is the, hang on. This is the normal size of a dimensional pack. Look how much bigger it is. Wow. Okay. And then we've got banners to stamp greetings and such on. And then we've got card bases. Now we've got some different card bases. Let me see. Okay, these are the card bases. So we've got ones that are a bit like the envelopes with the gold foil dots. Those are super nice. And there's 4 of those. All right, 4 card bases that are the same. And then we have these 4. There's 4 of these as well that are pale blue. Is that cloud cover? What's the color? I think it's cloud cover. Hard to tell. And with little dots as well. Super nice. Yeah, nothing worse, I think, than painful teeth and gums. I was told that I was going to lose my front 4 teeth. And my dentist told me that I'd be losing, this is on the bottom, told that I'd be losing all 4 on the bottom within 6 months. And I went to the gum doctor and he said, no. He said, we can save those. We can work with that. You've got enough bone left to do what we need to do. You'll be fine. Like, okay. But I have got to have a lot of work done to save them. So I hope they can be saved. But these are at the front. So they're really important. So, yeah. All right. So then we've got the pale, I think it's petal pink stripes on these 4. Okay. So you've got 3 different designed card bases. But you might notice there's a whole bunch of different design cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 different designs. Okay, and so you've got little banners. So you push these out. See those? All right, so little banners there with the gold fleck, and there's some more banners here in different colors. And look at these. How cool are these? Look, little die cuts that look like doilies. Oh, look, there's a pie. It's got, I think it looks like lemons on top. Is that like some sort of lemon meringue maybe? Yum. I don't mind those. I'm happy with a lemon meringue pie. Your niece is a dentist. Well, that's no good to me over here in a different country, is it, Sheila? But hopefully she can help you. Thank you, Cherise. Cherise put up the price for our birthday fancy kit and the number if anyone's looking for it. It's $44. And because it's $44 and you get 10% back in rewards, you get $4.40 back. So that goes into your rewards account and you can use it on a future order. All right, so then you've got lots and lots of different cakes. Look how cool these are. Aren't these great? These are die cuts. I love them. Super, super cool. And there's another sheet of those there. Look at that. And then we've got some like bases to put on the front of your card there. And more of those. Oh, and these are like frames. Look, you've got a frame here on the outside. And then there's another one here in the middle. Isn't that nice? Or this is actually a panel, not a frame. But that's a frame. So these are beautiful. I love this kit. I can't actually wait to play with it. I'm not going to actually play with it tonight, or you know what? We probably could put together a card in about 5 minutes. I reckon I could do that. We've also got glue dots and a block, a D block, and some tape. So that's what's in this kit. It's a great kit. And I think for 44, and you don't forget you get your ink pad as well. So you've got your ink pad to do your stamping on. I'm just going to pick one. What one will I pick? I think picking cards might be, picking which one you want to use is maybe the hardest thing. All right. I like the look. Are they any bigger on the inside? Oh, they are bigger on the inside. Okay. I like the look of a few of these. Which one do we like? So this is one design here, and it's showing you how you put them together. I like that it's so much better so they switch to diagrams, because it means I don't need to produce instructions in different languages. It works for every language. So you've got all your different little bits and pieces here. So I might just grab this one. So that is, let me grab, okay, I'm going to do this one. You could probably use these for a sketch too. Now, here's something you should note, okay? The card base is dotty or different, the colors on the front and the back. If you wanted to, you could cut a white card base, cut these down in half, and then you've got extra card bases for more cards, okay? You could do that, all right? So that's something. There are 2 kits currently only $25. Ooh. Ah, I think I know the one you mean. I need to go and look at that. All right, so then this one has the doily. So that's one of these. So let's pull that out. And then it has this piece here. So I'm going to pull that out. And the happiest birthday is stamped on that. All right, so this piece is actually going to go across the bottom. They've got it right on the bottom. I think I'm going to move it up a little bit. I just like it. I'm going to stamp on it first. And let me grab my stamps. And what greeting did they use? They used happiest birthday, but you could use any of them. You could use this wishing you another year as sweet as you. That's really pretty. Actually, I really like that one. I'm going to do that one. Wishing you another year as sweet as you, because then we've got cake, so it's on theme. So I love that idea. Let's go here. So I'm using D block because that's the size they've used, but it doesn't really matter. And they've used the Lost Lagoon ink. Rather than opening my spot, I'm just going to use my Lost Lagoon ink pad. But, you know, you don't have to. You can use the ink spot that's in there if you want to. I'm just going to use something different. And you can see that as you go along, you can change it up a little bit. You know, you can use different greetings. You could use different cakes. If that's not dark enough for you, you could do it in a darker color because it's not very dark. I wonder if my ink pad needs re-inking or whether it's just not, I think maybe, it's not very dark. Not very dark, Linda. I think I should have done that. I'll use another piece later. I'm just going to use the same one, but I'm going to go with a darker color. And there's, what other colors are in here? Is that strawberry slush? It looks like it. Yes, I'm going to go strawberry slush. That seems to be the color of the night, doesn't it? And that will go nicely with these colors. I'm going to stamp that. That's better. Much better. You can see it much more easily now. So this one, I'm going to put some, I'm going to use my own glue. You can use the tape that's in there if you want to, but everything you need is in this kit. You don't need anything extra. I'm using some of my own things rather than opening some of this because, you know, I might decide to use this for a different purpose down the track. So I'm going to move this up ever so slightly from the bottom because I think that looks nice, but you can do it the same as the pattern, which is right down the bottom, but I like it there. And then they've actually got the doily behind the banner, but I want mine in front. So I'm going to, and am I going to use dimensionals? They didn't. They just stuck it down. So you can see here it's showing they've used tape to stick it down and they've used tape behind here. But here, these guys, they've used glue dots and dimensionals. Okay, so I'm actually going to, use dimensionals because I'm a rebel and I like dimensionals. So that's what I'm doing. Up to you though. I'm just using my own dimensionals rather than theirs. Oh, bye Jody. Nice to see you tonight. Oh, it's just yucky, isn't it? All those troubles. And this toothache is one of those really yucky things. It really is. All right, so that's going to go there. And then what cakes have they used? Let's grab some cakes and have a look. They've used the they've used this one here with the looks like lemon drizzle cake. I'm going to make everyone hungry. Actually, that's not, is that the same one? No, that's a different one. That's where is, looking for this one. Oh, it's this. It's a double. I see. I thought they were 3 separate cakes, but they're not. That's another one. And there's lots of cakes. All right. So this one is going to go here, like this. And I'm going to use dimensionals for that. And then this little guy here, it's a little one. He's got a rose on the bottom. Let me find him. What color? It's got a gold base. It's this one all by itself. Right, so that one there and that one there. They're the ones. I'm going to put these on with dimensionals because I think they'll look better. And I'm going to use a mini one down the bottom. Two mini ones. Take the backs off. How nice are these? Look at that. You could just have the one set of cakes if you wanted to, but I like that they've used 3 cakes on this one. So let's move all these out. There's a big mess for me to clean up when I'm done, but it's kind of fun. Oh, did I do it wrong? I did do it wrong. I've used the wrong cake. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right, this one's going to have... And that's the thing. I think with these, it doesn't matter which ones you use. They're all interchangeable, so you can't really mess it up. You know what I mean? You're still going to end up with a gorgeous card no matter which cakes you use. And I see that they've put some teacups and things on the end as well. So you could just have it like this. I almost feel like that's enough. But here you can see that they've actually also added some like little cakes and a teacup and other bits and pieces. And those are on this other sheet here. See the little cakes and, oh, macaroons. Or macarons, I should say. And there's a little bowl of cherries. So you really could go to town and add more, but I kind of like it just like it is. What do you think? Isn't that a pretty little card? Yeah, make it your own. Exactly. Well, I'm not going to add all the others. I'm going to save those for another card because I think this set actually makes up a lot more. If you choose where and how to use your different elements, you could make up a lot more than 12 cards. Isn't it cute? It's really pretty. So this is a really fun, if you're looking for a good gift for someone, or if you're the sort of person you'd like to try paper crafting but you haven't quite decided where you want to start with a kit. Kits are fantastic for getting started, and I think they're also, I know of people who've given them to people who are in hospital looking for something to do. It's a great way to spend an afternoon or a bit of time putting all these together. How nice are they? I love them. So there we go. That's the kit that is currently out called Birthday Fancy. And as Cherie put up the details, it's $44 and you can get it, and it's got all those bits and pieces. And of course, once you've made up the cards, you've still got the ink and you've still got the stamps. So the kit isn't done when you're finished with it. You just keep going and use it in lots of different ways. So there you go. Which card do we like best tonight? It's not really fair, is it, comparing a kit card to another card. Let me stop, I've got wonky again. There is a lot of stuff in the kit. I know, it's a really good size kit. You took 3 with you. Did you use them, Lorraine, or were they gifts, or what was the purpose of taking them to England? I hope you like the cards. Number 1, well, this is the one we put all the love and attention into tonight, isn't it? So I would have been probably a little sad if everyone picked card number 2, because we did put a lot of time and energy into this one. But, you know, the kit card is still nice. It's still a lovely card. All right, let me come back and say a proper good night to you. All right, so we're up. We're not going to go to bed late tonight because we're going to be up bright and early to drive to Tamworth tomorrow. It's under 5 hours, but if we stop somewhere and have breakfast on the way, then yeah, we'll probably be right about 5 hours. So there we go. Oh, that's nice. So you just something to do in the evenings. 3 cards out of 3 kits. All right, you guys. Well, have a fantastic weekend, whatever it is you're doing. You know, I hope that that everyone stays warm. If you're here in Australia and it's winter where you are, then I hope you stay warm and cozy and doing something that you enjoy. And I will be back to see you all again next week with the Technique Tuesday. Monday morning, I'll be live with you girls. There's lots to talk about in last week's update. So if you will be chatting about all of that stuff on Monday morning. So if anyone didn't read last week's updates, demonstrators I'm talking to now, go back and read them. And we'll cover all that stuff on Monday. All right, you guys, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.